Apple Martin is stepping confidently into her own spotlight, and her latest fashion moment proves she's ready to be seen on her own terms. The young model, often labeled a Nepo baby, is turning heads with a fresh and playful campaign for British fashion brand Self-Portrait, where she appears both graceful and daring without trying too hard. In one of the most talked-about images from the campaign, Apple poses upside down in a soft pink playsuit. The pose feels fun, youthful, and slightly unexpected, giving the campaign a creative edge. Rather than relying on traditional fashion poses, the imagery leans into movement and personality, making the look feel alive and expressive. Alongside the playsuit, Apple also models a chic mini dress from her capsule collection with the brand. The pieces reflect a blend of modern femininity and classic design, something Self-Portrait is well known for. On Apple, the outfits feel natural-styled in a way that highlights ease rather than excess. Speaking about working with the UK-based label, Apple shared that partnering with Self-Portrait felt like an easy decision. She explained that debuting with the brand was a no-brainer, noting that its British spirit instantly reminded her of growing up in London. That personal connection clearly shaped the campaign, giving it a sense of authenticity rather than formality. Apple also expressed excitement about sharing this project with the world and hinted that this collaboration is just the beginning. She described it as an opportunity to explore a new side of her creativity, suggesting that fashion may become a meaningful space for her self-expression going forward. The timing of Apple's rising presence in fashion comes during a reflective period for her mother, Gwyneth Paltrow. Recently, Gwyneth opened up about experiencing a shift in purpose after Apple and her younger brother Moses, now 19, left for university. With both children beginning independent chapters of their lives, Gwyneth admitted she felt a noticeable sense of emptiness. She described it as a moment where her sense of orientation changed, an emotional pause that led her to reevaluate what came next. That transition ultimately inspired her return to acting, including her upcoming role in the film Marty Supreme. For Gwyneth, the change marked not an ending, but a reinvention. Interestingly, this moment mirrors what many see happening with Apple. While one generation is rediscovering purpose, the next is just beginning to define it. Apple's campaign doesn't feel like a loud debut. It feels like a soft introduction, one that says she's curious, creative, and willing to explore her own identity beyond her famous last name. Whether fashion becomes her main path or simply one chapter of a much bigger story, one thing is clear. Apple Martin is starting to shape a narrative that feels personal, thoughtful, and refreshingly understated. And for now, the fashion world is watching upside-down poses and all.